Hello fellow hunters, it's JBiz Hunts back again with another species-specific herd management video. Today we're diving into red deer, one of the most sought after and hunted species on the Hunter Call of the Wild. I'll walk you through techniques that can help you produce more diamonds, bigger rares, and maybe even your next great one. Let's get started. Red deer are found on 5 maps on the Hunter Call of the Wild, giving you many options for where you can start your red deer grind. Hirschfelden, Parque Fernando, Cuatro Colinas, Teao Aroa, and Emerald Coast. For the easiest grind, I recommend Teao Aroa. It's where I completed my red deer Great One grind, and here's why. On Teao Aroa, red deer have a defined home range. Unlike other maps where they can show up at any body of water, this makes it much easier to locate their zones and set up an efficient grind. Teao Aroa also has about approximately 35 to 40 drink zones, which is the smallest amount to manage on any of the maps, making it the most optimal choice. On Teao Aroa, their home range spans the northern half of the map down to about the center. The map on screen highlights the water sources you should check to find all of your zones. Finding every zone is critical for an effective herd management grind. Fast access to water sources is key, so ensure you've placed enough tents to visit zones efficiently. Missing zones or solo male zones you have not yet rediscovered can slow your progress, so attention to detail is very crucial. Red deers can have 2 types of zones, with those being herds that include many females and about 1 to 3 males, and solo male zones. You will not have any solo female zones. When looking for zones and before having an official setup utilizing all your tents, I would recommend setting up your tent similar to how I've laid it out on this map on the screen. This will give you easy access to all the water sources you can find red deer at. Once you find all the zones, you can then reposition your tent to be within 250 meters away from the nearest zone, as to not spook the red deer when you fast travel.
Psst, over here. Yeah, you. Come here. Listen, I don't have much time for this, but this JBiz guy, he has other herd management guides for fallow deer, white-tailed deer, and even moose. You don't have to herd manage deer anymore. You can just leave us alone. No other red deer need to get hurt, okay? Alright, back to the video.
Red deer Great One grinds seem to be the longest grinds for the community. Most grinds are around 2,000 plus harvests, even with using herd management before getting the Great One. So don't be upset if your grinds go past 2,000 kills. I got my first red deer Great One at 2,300 harvests. Red deer are the only deer species that go from level 1 to legendary level 9. You will never see an 8 mythical make diamond. However, it's possible. I've yet to see one. Since they have 9 levels, the easiest way to know how to use herd management on this species is to shoot levels 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and never shoot levels 4, 3, 2, or 1. It's best to leave them, as you will be using the whole map anyways and will make your herd management work faster. The levels of the red deer are based on the weight of each animal. So the lower level is equivalent to the lowest weight animals. The intent is to have so many low weight animals that the game is forced to overcompensate and respawn large weight, max level animals, with the red deer Great One being the heaviest weight and the maximum level of level 10 fabled. If you're wanting to use the stacking method, which is leaving high level animals on your map to help you shoot down the rest of your herd faster, with stacking, I suggest leaving all level 9s on the map, regardless of trophy estimates. While the crab rack is a common troll, its weight still contributes to the herd management process. For extra efficiency, consider stacking level 8s as well. Shoot only levels 5 to 7 until you've stacked 10 or more level 9s. At that point, your herd management is working effectively and you can begin harvesting the big stags. With the July 2024 update, it affected respawns and the wait time between being harvested and showing back up on your map. The update also took away the ability to main menu to push automatic respawns on your map. So here is how I personally deal with this today on my grinds. It takes roughly 15 to 20 real life minutes for a respawn to occur now, which means that starting your rotation at 8 AM for red deer gives you 2 hours of in-game drink time. 1 hour of in-game drink time is equal to 15 minutes of real life hunting. By completing 1 full rotation, you burn 30 minutes and your respawn should be consistent and you won't be kept waiting for a new stag to respawn. By having 16 tents with a minimal pickup tent, you can burn a few minutes traveling to pick up your harvest now. There are a couple spots where pickup tents make sense and they should be utilized. This actually makes managing the population on Aotearoa easier, as you are not worried about getting down to 8 herds and can actually rotate in all 16 tents. There is still a benefit to going to the main menu at the end of the rotation. The reason why you would want to go to the main menu after you've completed a full rotation from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is to make all the animals calm again, so they return to their zones when you start your next rotation. It does not make them respawn faster, but when herds are spooked, they may not return to their drink zones, and if a new stag has respawned, even the great one, they don't return to their zone, and you will not know until you go to the main menu and come back into the map. If you don't use hunting stands like tripods or waterfowl blinds, you could blow out a zone and delete it by having too much hunting pressure on the map. You have a 3 harvest maximum without using a hunting stand, and the 4th harvest will cause the zone to delete and the herd to move to another nearby water source. I use tripods when I have my zone and tents set up perfectly and I don't want to delete any of my zones and have me go find herd zones that may have been deleted. However, I have been using deleting zones to my advantage. Hear me out on this one. If you have a herd zone that is in a poor location, like they are too close to another herd zone and you always spook them when you take your first shot, or that they have poor visibility or just not close enough to where you want to spawn in, you can just delete the zone. I've done this to make my grind easier by harvesting 4 deer in a row from that location. The animals will always move to a nearby water source, as they will still have a feed zone nearby that's intact, so they won't be too far away. Sometimes they even stay at the same lake, but just swap sides. If you like the new position, then begin using your tripods again and you are golden. I've made a rule that after every 250 harvests, I make sure that I check the whole home range for any stragglers that may have respawned in areas I may not have visited frequently. I harvest any of the stags that are level 5 or higher and just ignore them if they are level 4 and below. An example of this would be this lone solo 4 at this zone, which is the lowest south you will find a zone for them on Aotearoa. I honestly found this guy when I was fallow grinding. With this setup and methods in this video, while utilizing the whole red deer home range effectively, you do not have to manage solo males anymore. They will simply jump around the lakes and water sources you have set up. I did notice one of Scarecrow's most recent great one red deers was a solo male, so you can just add them into the rotation and shoot as you go. I would recommend the Malmer 7mm if you want to ethically harvest your red deer for full experience and cash. They are a hardy class 6 animal, and I find the regular 4-8 rifles like the Zarza 308 just don't pack the punch like the Malmer 7mm. If you are not worried about ethically harvesting your animals and want to drop them quicker for more time efficiency, I would use the Arzinia 300, as they will more likely drop them on the spot than not. That's it for this guide, fellow hunters. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. To check out more of my videos or to get more notification on future videos, subscribe to my channel. And as always, fellow hunters, happy hunting.